Hello, Year 10 Media Studies. Hope everybody is well. This is our third lesson on music videos. This is our new unit. Last term we were looking at Fortnite. Now we're looking at music videos. I hope everyone is well. I'm not going to do a register or anything like that. You all know who you are, and hopefully you're all following these videos and completing the work. Last week we looked at an introduction to music videos, and we looked at an introduction to music websites as well. So basically we're looking at music marketing these days, how artists sell and market their products. And we started looking at the first of our set music videos, which is Roar by Katy Perry. We gave a brief introduction to that, and we started to think about color and media language and gesture and posture and things like that. The annotations that you did last week on Roar, so you had a bunch of still images that I wanted you to annotate. I want you to get those out now, please. I would like you to get those annotations out now. Either get them out from the folder in your computer that you've saved them, or pick them out of your notes from last week. Please do that now. Okay, so once you've got those, I would like you to complete the sentence as your starter task. This man is, so this image of the man in the video, this man is, go beyond the basic, okay? I don't want you to say this man is holding a phone or this man is wearing a hat. I want you to think about how he's being represented. You could say this man is self-centered, or this man is addicted to his phone, or something like that, okay? And then I want you to do the same for this woman is, okay? Let's try and think about this woman not as Katy Perry, but as a character that is being played. We're not trying to say Katy Perry is at one with nature. We're trying to say the character that she's playing within the video. So you complete those two sentences for each of these images, and then I will introduce what we're doing this lesson. Pause the video whilst you're doing that. Okay, that is done now. Okay, we can move on. So we are going to be looking at Roar and how does it represent gender. That is your title for today's lesson. Can you please write down that title. Okay. Roar, how does it represent gender? And our learning objective is to watch Katy Perry's music video and be able to start discussing issues of gender representation. Gender representation is going to be the key theme that we're going to be looking at today. Okay. Okay, so what I would like you to do first of all, this first task that I would like you to do is go back to your notes from the last lesson, from the last lesson that we did on Katy Perry's Roar, and find your notes about what your expectations were about how this video might represent men and women based on the lyrics. So remember, we looked at the lyrics and we thought about, well, how might this video represent men and women? Okay, I would like you to write down how far did it meet those expectations. So I want you to write down, yes, the video met my expectations. It was exactly how men and women I thought they were going to be represented, or maybe no, it wasn't, or maybe slightly somewhere in the middle, that kind of thing. Okay, and I would like you to think about the video as you know it. How might we say it is challenging or subverting gender stereotypes? Now I'm going to be putting a YouTube clip of the video on the show my homework assignment, so you can click on that if you haven't watched the video or if you need to refresh your ideas about the video. But have a think about how we might say it's challenging or subverting gender stereotypes. write your answer to these 3 questions now, please. You can pause the video while you're doing so. Okay, we are ready to move on now. We are now going to, you can open the PowerPoint. It's not in the student resources area. It's in the show my homework. Save the PowerPoint to your own area or your own computer, and or bring up the ones that you had last time. Okay. On the slides, make some annotations or insert some text about the following things. I want you to add to the annotations that you did last lesson on representation. How are men presented in these stills, and how are women represented in these stills? If you're really stuck with this, possibly you might want to look back to when we were looking at representation way back in terms 1 and 2. Okay, and basically you're going to take your slides from last lesson, you're going to combine what you're doing. Okay, so all these slides, okay, so this first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th. Okay, you can add to your annotations, and really that's all I need to ask of you for this lesson. Okay, you're going to be thinking about how men are presented and how women are represented. I would like you to think, is this, does this adhere to stereotypes or not adhere to stereotypes? So for example, when you get to the end and Katy Perry's character, sorry, is very much concerned about lip gloss and nail varnish, you might think, well, actually that kind of adheres, that follows the stereotype that women are interested purely in how they look or makeup, things like that. Okay, so that's just one example. So add to your annotations of these slides with ideas about representation. That should take you probably most of the lesson. If you're doing it right and if you're doing it in detail, that should take you most of the lesson. Okay, and that's it from me, really. It's a quite short video for me today, but it's now down to you to think about representation of men and women. We are thinking about gender representation here. Please don't try and kind of go down the road of, I don't know, racial representation or ethnic representation or anything like that. Let's just focus on gender representation, how men and women are represented. I hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody is well, and you are looking after yourselves and the people at home. I was going to say I will see you in the next lesson, in Friday's lesson, but I won't. But you will hear my voice. Okay? Thank you very much.